Hello and welcome. So you've wanted to speak Mandarin Chinese, but maybe you just didn't know where to start? Well, you're in the right place. We're going to give you the key building blocks for your very first conversation. We'll take each phrase nice and slow, break it down, so you can start speaking with confidence pretty much right away.
So are you ready to jump in? Great. Let's start with the absolute essentials, the things you'll need for any first meeting.
Okay, first up, essential first phrases. Think of these as the keys to making a really great first impression. Let's start with a classic. What's your name? Now you see those letters under the characters? That's called pinyin, and it's just there to help us with the sounds. So I'm going to say the phrase slowly. Just listen first. Ni, jiao, shenme, mingzi. Let's try it again, a little more naturally. Ni jiao shenme mingzi. Go ahead, try saying that out loud.
And to answer that, it's so easy. You just say, 我叫 and then your name. That's it. Let's try it. I would say, 我叫, the explainer. Now it's your turn. Go on. 我叫. Great job. All right, next up is a phrase you are going to use all the time. To say a simple thank you, all you need is 谢谢. Now, this slide shows a longer version, thank you for helping me, which is 谢谢你帮我. But honestly, for most things, just 谢谢 is perfect. Let's just practice that main part, 谢谢.
And what do you say when someone thanks you? You say, you're welcome, which in Mandarin is 不客气. Let's hear that one more time, 不客气. See? You've already got the basics for a polite introduction. Okay, let's move on to section 2, asking for information. This is where things get super practical, for when you're out and about and need to find your way. Before we get into full sentences, let's look at these key question words. These are your cheat codes. For what, we say shenme. For where, it's nali. What time is 几点? And how much is 多少钱? Seriously, just being able to recognize these words will help you understand so much. Okay, let's put one of those words into a super useful question. Excuse me, where's the bathroom? The whole phrase is 请问洗手间在哪儿? Did you hear that at the end? 哪儿? That's our word for where.
And a pretty common answer you might hear back is, the bathroom is just ahead. In Mandarin, that sounds like 洗手间就在前边.
Here is a must-know for any market or shop. To ask, how much is this? You're going to use that phrase we just learned, 多少钱. The whole question is, 这个多少钱? A lot of times, the answer will just be a simple number. For example, 100 yuan is pronounced 100 kuai. And that word kuai is just a really common, informal way to talk about Chinese money. Fantastic job. Now for section 3, where we'll get into some phrases for daily life and activities. Things like ordering a drink or talking about your day. So imagine you're sitting in a cafe. The server might come over and ask, what would you like to drink? Which sounds like this.
你想喝什么?
And a really simple, clear way to answer is, I'd like to drink water. In Mandarin, you'd say, 我想喝水. Now, if you wanted to ask someone about their morning, you could say, what time do you get up in the morning? Let's break down how that sounds.
你早上几点起床?
And a typical answer might just be 7:30. This is pronounced 七点半. You'll notice the answer is super direct. A lot of times, just saying the time is enough. You're doing really well. Now, let's make our conversations a little more personal in section 4, expressing yourself. This is where we learn how to share simple feelings and thoughts. Here's a very human and very useful phrase. To say I'm tired now, it's just 2 little words. 我累了. And a really kind thing to say to someone who's tired is, have a good rest. The phrase for that is, 好好休息吧. Okay, here's a feeling that pretty much every language learner can relate to. Chinese characters are really difficult. To get that off your chest, you can say 汉字真难. And trust me, it's totally okay to feel that way. And hopefully, if you say that, you'll get this wonderfully encouraging response, it's okay, I will teach you. Let's try saying that with a nice supportive feeling. 没事，我教你. You have done an amazing job. For our last section, let's just do a quick review of the most important phrases to help them really stick in your memory. Think of this slide as your personal Mandarin cheat sheet with all the core phrases we learned. Let's just run through them one last time. To ask a name, 你叫什么名字? To say thanks,
Remember the simple way, xièxie. To say you're welcome, 不客气. To ask where something is, 在哪儿. For the price, 这个多少钱. And to say you're tired, 我累了. I would definitely recommend pausing right here to look these over and try saying them out loud a few times.
You know, the most important step now is to actually start using what you've learned. So have a think. Which one of these phrases are you going to try to use first? The real key to learning a language is just practice. And you now have the tools to get started. Keep at it and you'll be having real conversations before you know it. Good luck, or as we say in Mandarin, 加油!